What is good, guys? Man from Duality Gaming here, giving you another video. Duality Gaming News, episode 7 maybe. Sorry for the lack of content recently. Some of you may know, I'm moving soon, so it's getting a bit hectic around here. So videos will be shorty until about the end of the month, because I've got to have internet installed towards the end of the month in my new house. So go for that. Again, just a little bit of fair warning. There will be swearing in the last article, so if you don't like swearing for whatever reason, while you're still on this video, you're still watching this channel after whatever, is surprising me, because I think I swear in every video. But going on from that, PlayStation of Japan president says the PlayStation Neo is still a PS4 and there are no plans to change the sales strategy. Basically, I'm just going to give you the long and short. It's a very short article, link in the description, as it usually is sometimes, not all the time. Basically, he's saying, like a lot of other people, the PS4 and the PS4 Neo are going to live in the same life cycle, but offer different things. So I assume, and they did get asked about a price drop on the PS4, and I feel that will happen if we got a Neo. Well, if we got the Neo, when we get the Neo, even, that the PS4 will be a lower option. So I think the PS4 Neo will be the high-end option with the graphics, and for all those people that, for some reason, don't just get a PC. And the PS4 will be for the people that don't really care for the graphics that much. They just want to play the latest generation games for a cheap price. I will say, and I'm going to cut this article down to bare bones, so I'll probably finish it really quickly. I feel in about 5 to 10 years, they will leave it in the dirt. I think it's becoming like phones, and it mentions it in the article. It's coming like phones. It's becoming like phones. Essentially, you got the S5, the S6, and the S7. They all still are relevant. They're all still supported. But the S7 is vastly more powerful than the S4, S5. And if you're an Apple user and got a bit butthurt, I don't know, the S5 is still supported, while the 6 and the 6S is. So you get what I mean? It's kind of that thing, but no one's suggested a long-term plan. So that is the bit that I'm a bit concerned about, and a lot of people are concerned about, is that they will leave people in the dust eventually. Basically, there will be something that the Neo and the Scorpio can do, but the PS4 and Xbox can't. And I feel that's when they're going to start leaving it in the dust. And I feel it will be a cycle. And basically, what I've tried to do in the first take, and I completely forgot, I had a brain fart, was basically, developers were saying it's such an annoying thing, where at the end of 5 years, 10 years, whatever, usually 5, it's annoying just to cut that off and start all over again. So I think maybe this is a kind of a blurring of the life cycles, it says in the article. But yeah, tell me what you think about that down below. Anyway, going on, Warner Brothers hit with a ruling for buying positive YouTube coverage. Now, if you don't know what this is, developers sometimes, or the publishers will sometimes, occasionally, quite a lot of the time, I don't know why I just used all 3 of those words, will pay YouTubers to promote their game and not mention anything bad about the game. They'll positively do it. You've seen it with T. Martin, who I absolutely hate, but he will, for example, with COD, he will never say something bad about COD. He gets paid for it. Ali is the same. Basically, developers will pay these YouTubers that have a big following to promote their game, because people see a YouTuber playing it. For example, one of my favorite ones is Dashi. If he's playing a game, you're going to be like, oh, that looks fun, maybe I'll play it. You know, it exposes it more, especially if he's bigging it up. And then if it's got an online component, people sometimes think, oh, maybe I could play with this YouTuber online. You know what I mean? That's kind of thing, especially with these people that are reaching millions of subscribers, like a KSI fucking promotes something. People are gonna buy it. I'm not sure as much now. I don't really follow him because that's a thing. But basically, the FCC says Warner Brothers paid online influencers, including PewDiePie, from hundreds to thousands of dollars to post positive videos on YouTube and social media. Basically, they weren't meant to say positive things about the games, and I think the sponsored videos, I think it was Shadow Memorial that's being shown, generated 5.5 million views. So you can see how much it got seen on YouTube and all that. And they weren't allowed to disclose any bugs or glitches. So Warner Brothers have got They've got a ban. There you go. Warner Brothers is now barred from adequately disclosing such information in the future. Basically, they can't do any hidden things like that. And it's quite funny to see this getting hidden down, because I really dislike this. I really, really dislike this. This is a distortion of information, and it's a way of cheaply getting games while misleading people. And especially with these people, I'm not saying the developers are good, they're not. But I think the worst one comes from the people. Sorry if you can hear that, my window's open, it's fucking hot in here, and it smells of sellotape. And if you know what sellotape smells like, it's horrible. But for these people that are taking the money, that's even worse because they're misleading these people. It's essentially it's just a shitty practice, and I feel it's just immoral, and I don't like it, and that's how I feel of it. It's misleading the consumer, and that's all I have to say about it. Tell me what you think about it down below. Have you ever feel like misleading people are scumbags, essentially? That word's going to be used a lot more. I don't like it. I don't like the developers doing it, and I think it should be banned, but tell me what you think down below. Anyway, moving on to probably the second biggest article of this video, and I'm making it a bit longer because just to help people. This is a game that recently came out in the United States. This is a game that a lot of people, casual and hardcore, young and old, have all been basically playing. I was going to say waiting for, and I would have just been ripped out of the Reese's review of Battlefront, but they've all like been playing it. Basically, this game, Pokemon Go, which is not out in the UK. I am very sad it's not out in the UK. I don't really know how to do the whole region thing because clearly I was dropped on the head as a baby. But apparently, in the time it has just been in America, and I think Japan, Pokemon Go has reportedly made more than $14 million. That is under a month, I think, in terms of generating money. Now, that is a vast amount of money that a lot of people watching this video and watching other videos will probably never get to, you know, what's the word, experience that kind of money. But Nintendo shares went up by 10%, which is absolutely ridiculous. This game has done so many things in a short amount of time. It's just so weird to see such a simple concept from, well, it shows that Nintendo's ideas are still relevant for a start, and it shows that Nintendo are kind of moving into the future, but it's just overwhelming to think something like that has happened in such a small amount of time. I saw a meme on social media where it said it took Michelle Obama 8 years to get kids outside. It took Nintendo 1 day, and that is so true. This is very good. There's so many people reporting like hurting legs because they've been exercising and shit, and it's weird. But this is I think it's a great concept. It gets children outside and playing. The only thing I will say is there is a chance you end up fucking going to a hood area. There have been reports of people fucking almost getting kidnapped. There are other things that I'm actually going to mention now. Armed robbers. Okay, I'm not going to get into the whole thing. This will be in the description. But armed robbers use Pokemon Go to find 9 victims. Oh my god. I assume, well, you can read it down below, but that's just one kind of the articles that have been generated from it. Another one is a player found a dead body in Wyoming River while searching for a Pokemon stop. This is ridiculous. I don't know to think that this is a negative thing like a lot of people can pursue it as, or a really positive thing. Because on the one side, it's making people healthy, it's getting Nintendo money again, and hopefully this is making Nintendo fucking realise they need to meet the modern day and not just stick to their guns looking at you, the Wii U. But also, I don't know, the whole finding a dead body thing is kind of a good thing because that may have not been found otherwise. But the whole armed robbery thing, so stay safe, I guess, when you're playing this. Anyway, tell me what you think about Pokemon Go down below. I think it's a great thing for Nintendo. I think it's a great thing for everyone because it gets you exercising. It's free, essentially, and it just does a lot of good, in my opinion, to a lot of things. It just obviously come with risks of the whole outside world and everything, and there's the sirens that I was hoping to avoid. Anyway, going on to that, this story now is a bit old, about a few days old. I can't remember when it was done, the 5th of July, so yeah, about 6 days old, about a week old. I saw the video, I kind of sat on it for a little bit, kind of got my feelings about it, and I'm not going to go into the whole thing, really, because if I sat on the whole thing, this would be its own video in itself. Now, if you didn't know what this is, YouTube is under fire for promoting their own CSGO gambling site in videos. If you don't know who these fucking cunt scumbags, like, are, right, they're Pro Syndicate and T Martin. Two people I really hope old women piss on their graves. They committed such a dastardly act that I cannot... It pisses me off to think of. Now, going on from that, basically, they set up a gambling site called CSGO Lotto, where like you gamble skins and everything for money, like real world money, and it would promote stuff, basically, like they made a video, I think it was probably Team Martin or Syndicate, how to win $13,000 in 5 minutes, that kind of shit, right? And they rigged this, basically, they owned the website, vice president, all that, they created the website, it was on hundreds of websites saying they were the owners of it. They would promote it saying, oh, we recently found it, this, that, and the other. It's a really cool site. And basically, it was rigged so they would always win. So they would constantly get money. That is not the issue I have. The issue I have is that there was a 13-year-old minimum. This is gambling with real money. In most countries, Gambling is illegal up to the well, basically it's illegal until you're 18 or 21. What they did is break the law, misinform people, and essentially, well, they stole, and this is not the first time Syndicate's done this. I can't even, words cannot express how angry this makes me feel. It's not, I don't care if they got a lot of money off it. I want to see them rot in prison, because they made children spend money that really, you don't trust a 13-year-old to fucking gamble. That is against the law. And they did it for their own selfish fucking needs. Now, other people did it as well, were affiliated with it. Josh OG, Psy Syndicate. Like, basically, this site was rigged, and they were coming under fire. Their attorneys are just talking out their fucking asses. But this came out, I think, with H3 Productions and PC Gamer, basically doing that, basically discovering it, exposing them, and these people were like Team Martin and Syndicate were going in their videos, damage control, and they even took their fucking videos down. If you were not guilty, you would not take those videos down. They are liars, scumbags, and cunts, and they deserve to rot in prison and get arse raped by the biggest, blackest man ever, and then the Mexican man, then a white man, then a fucking alien, then a lizard person. These people are scum. That is the only way to describe them. They made children gamble. Children are not allowed to gamble. So them affiliating gambling with people under the age of 18 is not only breaking the law on multiple levels, it is just a disgusting act. And I really hope they go to prison. Syndicate has done this for the 3rd time where he's lied to his subscribers. They need their YouTube fucking taken away from them and never allowed on the site again. They need to be arrested, they need to be fined, they need to have their fucking houses revoked. And that is how disgusting the people they are. Syndicate needs his citizenship taken away from fucking England and America. Just let him rot on a fucking boat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, for all I fucking care. He is a disgusting human being. And sorry, I just went on a bit of a rant there. Basically, if you didn't know, I don't like people that do that. You shouldn't let children gamble. You shouldn't mislead children into gambling. It's the same thing with microtransaction on a worse level. Gambling is against the law for people under the age of 18. So not having that restriction on the site is disgusting. The whole rigging is even worse, but that's not really the worst part of it. The worst part of it is making children that really don't understand money that well. A 13-year-old will not understand the concept of money. If I gave a 13-year-old 20 British pounds, he's going to think that that's a lot of money. If I give a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old 20 pounds, that is fuck all for them. Right? So, the point of the matter is, children don't understand money. So the fact that they allowed this, the fact that they affiliated this, the fact that they just acted like, oh, we're getting sponsored by them, so they could rig this, so they could take people's money in just an unfair way. And especially when the main demographic was children, through CSGO skins and everything, is an absolutely disgusting act. And I really hope the worst comes to them. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think of that down below. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe to the channel, it really does help me in the research. If you want more of these kind of videos where I get angry and just kind of give my opinions on people, I have no problem giving my opinions on scumbags like these cunts. And I do stand by what I say, and I really hope they rot in prison. Like the video if you like, subscribe, dislike if you didn't like, subscribe, and all that shit. Check out their Facebook and check out their Instagram for daily updates. And ultimately, guys, as I always say, have a nice day.